This is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism.
Well, you don't either.
And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. What I will say to her...
Clinton Jaws, please like this video. It is the only thing I care about. Donnie Lemon. He's in a little bit of trouble, eh? Criminal code. Everyone who willfully disturbs or interrupts an assemblage of persons met for religious worship is guilty of an offense. Anyone who, at or near a meeting referred to in subsection 2, willfully does anything that disturbs the order of the meeting is guilty. This criminal code is filled with a lot of BS. Just 4 years ago, they removed anal sex. Anal sex was a crime. If you went out and got your brown belt, you could go to prison for it. I'm glad nobody complained about me. But in America, it's different. They mean business, and I love it. Don Lemon goes on TMZ. I'm going to show it to you. He absolutely melts down. It's priceless. But you guys got to know. He had nothing to do with the planning of this disruption.
Fake right-wing propaganda news alert from this supposed right-angle news network, supposed network, that I led a protest into a church this morning in Minneapolis. That is complete BS. First of all, I had no idea who the organization was until I arrived this morning.
He had no idea who the organization was.
I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. There you go. So why don't you talk to the actual person who is in charge of the organization and whose idea it was to have the protest at the church before you start blaming me for stuff for which you have no idea.
Don't blame him, guys. Blame her. Oh, man. Talk about calling her out.
Thank you guys thanks for allowing me to be here.
Okay,
Thank you guys.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
to see you. We're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
This is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show
Nakima
on
Levy
Friday.
Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime
She was on the show, but he has no idea who's part of the organization.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual.
Disrupt.
Okay, so we're going to go to the operation again. We're not going to give any of the information away.
Don't give anything away, but you don't know anything. You had no idea. You didn't organize this. You didn't help with the organization of this.
And we all have the address, right?
Yes. Everybody has the address? Yeah.
So they're getting the operation together again. This is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. That is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're getting some critical information here.
Critical.
But there we go. Everybody's ready to go.
So they go to the church and they have a hootenanny because they think there's some kind of evil pastor there. But there is no evil pastor there. That pastor actually asks Don Lemon to leave.
As a
No
Christian,
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
Unless you're here
chronicle
to
what
worship.
happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship. Okay.
And then one of the sickest parts, he reports on child abuse and kind of gets a kick out of it.
Watch this guy here. Look, he's hugging his kid. And, you know, I've imagined it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. But again, careful. It's very slippery right here. Yeah. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery. Not kidding. That's what protesting is about.
That's what it's about, guys. Child abuse. Unbelievable. Scaring the hell out of kids. That's just the way it is. That's the way it goes, guys. I hope something happens to this guy. Apparently, Apparently, they're actually going after him.
I saw multiple federal, criminal incidents yesterday, and there will be charges. It's only a question of when can we get a judge to sign off on arrest warrants and exactly what the charges will be.
There will be charges. Okay, this is the best part. Nicki Minaj says some bad things about him. And he completely unloads. And I loved it. TMZ. Remember ivermectin and Joe Rogan calling out the establishment a few years back? And then, bam, millions of people that have never heard of the drug got curious. What if I told you 80% of the world's ivermectin supply comes from Asia? But not at the wellness company. Introducing American-made ivermectin. Safe, trusted, tested, and produced locally in Florida. Ivermectin has been prescribed globally for more than 30 years and even earned the Nobel Prize in Medicine for its proven ability to eliminate parasites. You want some of this stuff kicking around your household. After success treating COVID, emerging research shows that the wonder drug can help with everything from rosacea, arthritis, and even cancer. Most pharmacies charge $5 a tablet for 12 milligrams or less. But the wellness company is offering a higher 18 milligram dose for just $3.50 per tablet. You'll get a 6-month supply of 84 tablets at an amazing price. Support American medicine and Patriot doctors, not China's supply chain. Get your US-made ivermectin today at twc.health/Clinton. Use code Clinton and get $30 off. That's twc.health/Clinton. Use code Clinton, get $30 off, USA residents only.
What do you say to the offense, the criminal offense of committing journalism?
I'm not really quite sure what to say about that. I think that if this woman and the DOJ or Trump or Pam Bondi, if they think that they're going to somehow make activists and protesters in Minneapolis afraid, then I think they've got another thing coming. I'm a journalist. I was there to report and to show and to chronicle what's going on and to memorialize it. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what we do in every situation and over historic moments since America's inception. That's what journalists do. It's the First Amendment.
He's a guy trying to get content. That's who he is. He's not a journalist.
Well, it sounds like, Don, they are tying you to saying that you weren't just a journalist. It almost sounds like they're accusing you, or they think that you might have been involved in the planning of this, that you were somehow part of
I didn't even know the organizer.
I didn't see that at all.
She was on my
video,
show.
But that sounds what
I didn't know
the road that they're going down.
I think it sounds like what they would like people to think. I have no planning. I did no planning. There's no evidence of any planning. Again, I was there covering, well, not again because I didn't tell you this, but I was there covering the protesters. I flew into Minneapolis that morning.
You walk in there.
They were holding an event, and
You walk in there with your video camera. It's disruption. I read it to you.
I had no idea of the planning. I didn't even know where we were going. Not that that even matters. Again, I'm a journalist. That's what I was doing. I talked to the people at the church. I talked to the pastor. I talked to the congregants. I talked to the protesters. And that's it. And then I left. And when I left, there were police officers outside. And if they thought there was any, civil disobedience that had gone out of control, I think they would have come in and started, trying to remove people or ask them to leave or arresting people.
Minneapolis?
None of that happened. It was very peaceful.
Can't say Minneapolis.
There was, nobody was physically threatened. And, once the disturbance was created.
Can we just, guys? Can we?
Nobody was physically threatened. And, once the disturbance was created.
Once the disturbance was created, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Love it.
Then I looked at it as an opportunity to do news, to report on it. And what if I hadn't been there chronicling it? Nobody would have known about it. But also, I wasn't the only journalist there, so I'm not quite sure how I became the face in the headline.
Don,
bring on Nicki.
That's the big picture.
Is that the big picture? What's the smaller one? Time out. Nicki called him a sea sucker. I mean, that's not even defamation.
Minaj and her response to all of this and the language that she used. I think it's interesting just because Nicki has been, over the last couple of months, made it clear that she is now publicly supporting, and I think maybe she has all along, but now publicly making it known for support for the Trump administration and even the MAGA movement.
Wow.
Yeah.
The choice of words that she used to go after you. I'm not surprised she went after you.
Homophobic.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have to black it out. You should show it to people. She called me Don, sea sucker lemon is disgusting. Look, this is what I'll say to Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. For I don't think she's one of them, obviously, and she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think reportedly that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented, and so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting. I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman? You should not be supporting her. Nicki Minaj, this is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism.
Well, you don't either.
And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. What I will say to her is, because she put a doll, I think she put the Chucky doll in there. A better symbol that should have been represented in that picture is a pick-me doll, because Nicki Minaj is a pick-me. She will do anything that is expedient for her politically. And again, she's ignorant. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's always weighing in on things that she doesn't know about. Nicki Minaj should just sit the fuck down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. I'm pretty sure that maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off, stop being a homophobic bigot, and get a life and some brains.
I don't know. Do I even talk about girls that way? I don't think I ever have. Kind of sick, really. I guess he's got every right to do it. But he is so emotional, this guy. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Arrest him! Make my day!